Hello, and glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about how you might be showing up in your posts, in your lives, in whatever it is that you're doing to attract those people to you that you truly want to help. So, let me know what you think about this topic. Let me know how you're showing up. And number one, are you showing up? And how are you showing up? So let's have a conversation around that today. So as you are coming on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know what you think about this topic, and we'll have a conversation around this. So let me introduce myself. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do that in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, lead generation, and video marketing, which those are some of the things that I think are really, really important. And there's a lot more things that are important, but those are the things that I focus on as I am trying to help those people that I want to help, those people that are in my target market, those people that have touched my heart. And most of those people are going to be people like me. I also want to give updated and modern and trending information that's helpful, that's valuable to help you as you go through, what we all go through as as we're online and coming online and trying to help those people that we really want to help. So let's go on and get started. Remember, as you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from and what you think about this topic, which I've said a couple of times. And if you have any questions or any comments or, and you're not able to put them down now, you can always put them down later. I will always go back and check. So, as we're talking about, and I have notes down here, so just so when you see me looking down, but as we're talking about this, I can remember when I first started out. I was starting to do live video. I was started off with doing written posts, and then I learned about live video. And some of you already know my first videos were not, I thought they were all that, but they were not. They were pretty embarrassing to look back, but I keep them because it's funny, and sometimes I show them off just so people will know they're not the only ones that have uh, gone live and had things not be exactly optimum. And that's it's a learning process. We're all learning, and when you first come on, you're not going to be perfect at anything, and we're not even striving for perfection, because let me just say perfection is fleeting, so we don't want to even go there. So as we're talking about this, basically I'm talking about posture and how you show up. When you show up, are you looking at the camera when you're talking to people and you're doing a live video, or are you looking at yourself? This is me looking at myself, and this is me looking at the camera, which I am focusing on the people that I'm talking to. And I want to remind myself that I don't want to appear like I'm the know it all. I don't want to appear like I don't know anything. I want to be able to just have a conversation around what it is that I'm trying to share. And I want to be able to feel comfortable and have those people that might stop by and listen. I want them to feel comfortable. I want you to feel comfortable. It's just like, for me, sometimes when I stop and I talk to somebody in the store, or something like that, we're in line together, and I'll just say something and they'll say something and we have a conversation going. So, and showing up is a really big thing, first of all. And that has to do with consistency and making sure that if you say you're going to do something, that you actually do it, that you actually show up. So that was one of the major things that I wanted to first put out there. So it's not just what you do when you're here. You want to be consistent. So you want to show up when you say you're going to show up, and you want to keep, your conversations going. You want to keep your posts going. You want to keep your stories going, and you want to be just real. You want to be authentic. You want to be who you are, so that people learn who you are and decide if they want to be around you or not, if they want to listen to what you want to say or not. the people that will stick with you are the people that you resonate with. So let me get back to talking about showing up and how we show up. So I'm sure when I started out that I was not as free with using my hands. I was probably, holding my hands or together or, being very still and acting like a robot because sometimes when you start on camera, that's one of the things that I've learned, is what they call it. It's like you all of a sudden change from the person that you are into this mechanical being and, your words are very, yeah, maybe monotone, even, that kind of thing. So you want to be yourself and you want to be able to relax into it. You want to be able to calm yourself. And sometimes deep breathing, and a lot of times, deep breathing helps to relax somebody, especially when they're doing something that's unfamiliar. Now, and that's not just communicating online with a video. You can also do in live video. You can also, of course, the other parts are, like I said, written posts uh, in our stories. Some of those may be pictures, some of those may be words. It may be a combination of both, but we want to be able to do that without appearing very tense and going off track of what we're saying when we're either talking, writing, or whatever, however it is that we choose to communicate. And the other thing is you want to be, like I said, be the real you and let yourself shine through the fear that you may have, the frustration or upset over that you really don't feel comfortable doing this. Because one thing that I have learned is being uncomfortable is okay because that's how we, and when we get uncomfortable, that's how it proves that we're learning, that we're growing. And that's really important. We want to, you know not be so stiff and unable to be ourselves. We want to be able to just let it flow. I want to be able to talk and share the information that I have and be able to have a smile on my face. I don't know that I did that in the very beginning when I was doing lives. And when I write, I want people to experience what I'm experiencing. What I'm experiencing. I'm smiling. I'm wanting to be helpful. I'm wanting to compliment. I'm wanting to lift up. I'm wanting to give people solutions to problems that they have, and I may not have every problem covered, and every solution, but for the niche that I'm in, or the niche, whichever way you want to say that, I want to make sure that I know what problems that niche has. And my niche is dealing with people like me, people that are business builders, people that are online and hadn't been online before, have been building old school and now are not building a different way, a way that's better, that feels right, that doesn't cause them to be frustrated or upset at how they're building, and maybe feeling like they're lacking in respect for those that they're approaching and that kind of thing. So you want to be consistent in showing up. You want to be able to be, just let it flow, however you're going to talk, however you're going to say that. Using my hands is one of the things that I do. If you don't use your hands, then don't use your hands. If it's not for you, it's okay. Just be who you are, because the people that are out there like you are going to relate to you. So it's really important to just do that and be focused on what you're saying. And it's always a good thing for me, I've learned, because I have a tendency, I like to talk and I'll get off and I'll end up going off on tangents. So I do use notes and I like to make sure that people know I use notes. So I'll say, especially if I've got a screen up and I'm doing like maybe a deeper dive into something, I may have things up on my screen and notes, and here, and so I want people to know when I'm looking off to the side, I'm looking at my screen at my other notes, and I've got notes down here. Notes are a good thing. They help to keep you focused and on track, and it helps to pull you back when you're going off on a tangent. So I hope that this information today on talking about how you show up and making sure that you show up when you say you are, how important that is, and how that will cause people to want to listen to you and see what it is that you have to say. It will cause people to just kind of, some people may come in and just kind of, you may look at the screen and I'll just tell you this real quick. It's kind of off the topic, but kind of on the topic. If you see somebody watching you, because depending on where you are, you should be able to see. It may say one person, it may say a name, it may not. But don't call anybody out, unless they say hi, how are you, in the comment section, and their name pops up. Then you can say hi, thanks for joining me, or something like that. But other than that, don't call people out, because sometimes people just want to see what you're talking about. And if it's not something that they're into, then they may leave. But you don't want to, or they may just want to sit in silence and not be noticed. They just want to hear what it is that you're saying. So just don't call anybody out saying, hey there, so and so, nice to see you, unless they give you that permission. So that's kind of a little sidetrack, but it's something that I want to make sure to tell you. So hopefully this information today on showing up, and what we call it is posture. When you show up, you want to show up with posture, and posture encompasses the things that I've talked about. It encompasses how you talk, how you move. It encompasses what you're talking about, your face, you're smiling. You want to be able to invite people in, make them feel like you're just sitting in the room, in a room, in your house, and you're having a conversation with them, and like it's just like a friend. So you want to help people to be comfortable. So and by that, then people might want to listen to more of what it is that you have to say as you're sharing information to help them, to inspire them, to educate them, and to entertain them, to empower them, to help them to be you know the best that they can be by what it is that you share. So that is it. So if you have any questions or comments, make sure you drop them in the chat later if you don't have time now. I know some people are listening to me live and some people are catching this on the replay. So either way, it's fine. And you can always catch me in Messenger, and and ask a question or a comment or whatever it is that you have from whatever it is that we've talked about. So I'm going to go on and get off here, but I wanted to talk about this today because this is something I think a lot of people still have to deal with, and they're not sure of what's going on, and they're maybe a little bit stiff and mechanical. So we want to be ourselves, and take some deep breaths, and you can get there. So I'm going to go on and get off here. So wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, I hope that this is a great one for you, and enjoy the rest of whatever it is for you. So I'm going to get off here now. So talk soon. Bye now. Oh, today is our clubhouse. I wanted to say that. So today at 5:30 p.m. Central Daylight Saving Time for me is when we're going live on Clubhouse. So and you'll love it. So come join me and some of my entrepreneur friends and check it out. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get off here now. So, and don't forget, look up the time for your time zone. Mine is 5:30 Central Daylight Saving Time. So talk soon. Bye now.